Lucas sat on his couch, his heart racing as anxiety gripped him once again. Despite years of therapy, he knew that anxiety would always be a part of his life, but he had learned to manage it better, and long-term therapy had given him valuable tools to navigate the complex labyrinth of his mind. Dr. Winters, his therapist, was a steady guiding presence through it all. In their sessions, Lucas felt safe to be vulnerable and open about his struggles. "I can see this is tough for you, Lucas. Remember, it's not about fighting anxiety, but acknowledging it and using grounding techniques," Dr. Winters gently reminded him. With shaky breaths, Lucas nodded, trying to anchor himself in the present moment. "It's just so overwhelming sometimes," he confessed. "I understand, Lucas. Anxiety can be overwhelming, but you've made significant progress. Let's go back to the mindfulness exercises we practiced last week. They can help you manage these feelings," Dr. Winters encouraged. Together, they worked through grounding exercises, focusing on Lucas's senses to bring him back to the present. He felt the warmth of the couch beneath him, heard the gentle hum of the air conditioner, and noticed the rhythmic ticking of the clock on the wall. "Good, Lucas. You're doing great. Keep coming back to these sensations whenever you feel overwhelmed," Dr. Winters reassured him. In the following weeks, Lucas incorporated mindfulness practices into his daily routine. Whenever anxiety threatened to consume him, he'd pause, take a deep breath, and ground himself in the present moment. The coping mechanisms didn't make the anxiety vanish, but they gave him the strength to weather the storm. One day, while standing in a crowded elevator, Lucas felt his heart race, and panic started to set in. A woman beside him noticed his discomfort and smiled, saying, "Elevators can be intimidating, but we'll reach the floor soon." The simple gesture caught him off guard, but it reminded him that he wasn't alone in this struggle. Anxiety was a common experience, even if not everyone talked about it openly. Emboldened by this realization, Lucas decided to be more vocal about his mental health journey. He attended a local support group where people shared their experiences and triumphs. In that community, he found strength in connecting with others who understood the maze of anxiety. One evening, the support group organized a poetry night. Feeling inspired, Lucas stepped up to the mic and began to recite a heartfelt poem about his anxiety and his journey to recovery. "In the labyrinth of my mind, I found the courage to face the storm. Through therapy's guiding light, I began to transform. Sometimes I stumble, but I've learned it's okay to seek help and support on this winding way." The crowd responded with applause, and some shared their own stories, encouraging Lucas to continue expressing himself through his writing. As months turned into years, Lucas's journey was marked by both progress and setbacks. There were times when he relapsed, and the road to recovery seemed never-ending. But he refused to give up. He had come too far. Dr. Winters remained by his side, supporting him through the ups and downs. "Remember, Lucas, recovery isn't linear. It's about resilience and learning from each step along the way," she reminded him. On particularly tough days, Lucas found solace in art. He picked up a paintbrush and let his emotions flow onto the canvas. Painting became a cathartic release, a way to express the turmoil within him. One evening, as he painted a swirling storm of colors, he was reminded of the metaphorical storm that often raged in his mind. But amid the chaos, there was also beauty, just like in his art. In time, Lucas's paintings caught the attention of an art gallery owner. They were intrigued by the emotions his artwork conveyed and offered him a chance to exhibit his pieces. Lucas was both thrilled and terrified at the prospect of sharing his vulnerability with the world. The day of the exhibit arrived, and Lucas stood amidst his paintings, heart pounding. As people approached each piece, he overheard conversations about the emotions and struggles depicted in his art. He felt a connection with these strangers, knowing that they too faced their own storms. One woman approached him with tears in her eyes. "Your art speaks to my own journey with anxiety. Thank you for sharing it," she said, giving Lucas a heartfelt hug. The exhibit became a turning point for Lucas. He realized that his vulnerability had the power to touch others, and he embraced his role in creating a space for conversations about mental health. Lucas continued his therapy, the mindfulness practices, and his artistic pursuits. The journey remained challenging, but he had learned that recovery was not about reaching a destination. Instead, it was about embracing the resilience and strength he had discovered within himself. And the power of human connection.